The following video is sponsored in part by Smunchy Games. Links to the site of Smunchy Games will be in the description. You can buy all sorts of Pokemon related stuff such as beanies, plushies, and Pokemon Crate boxes from the website. Go ahead and check it out now. You won't be disappointed. What is going on, Mousetrap? It is Teslamouse here, bringing away a Wi-Fi battle in the OU tier against Derf8989, a longtime follower of mine. And guys, this is it. We're on the final stretch of ORAS WiFi battles before the release of Sun and Moon. So, hopefully I can turn out some good ones for you guys to watch before we move on to Pokemon Sun and Moon. In this Wi-Fi battle, we're using our standard Mega Manectric team with Mega Manectric, Lando T, Porygon 2, Azumarill, Skarmory, and Volcarona. My opponent is bringing Togekiss, Tyranitar, Lanturn, Charizard X, Scizor, and Gengar itself. On his team, he has one Defogger, that would be the Scizor. I don't believe his Tyranitar sets rocks, so he doesn't really have a rock setter there. We do have his famous Lanturn that loves to bring against me, because, oh god, he just loves to really stick it to my electric types with this Lanturn. He also has Togekiss, and this is not any ordinary Togekiss set. This is not the Flinch Parahax one. This is a crit kiss, so this is going to be very, very interesting. Yeah, basically what we want to do here is set up rocks, make sure his Charizard X is whittled down as much as possible, and hopefully not get swept by it. So, with that in mind, guys, let's get right to the battle against Derf8989, and what is going to be a pretty big and fantastic OU battle, but it's also long. Alright, so my opponent's going to lead off his Togekiss. I don't know if 1000 watts the Mega Manectric here, or the regular Manectric until it Mega Evolves. He's going to hard switch the Togekiss out, not wanting to leave it in on a Volt Switch or a Thunderbolt. But I do predict that. I go for the Flame Tower. The reason why I went for Flame Tower is because I did want to get a hit off on Lanturn. And yeah, I didn't want there to be no damage done to it. So I do get the Flame Tower off. It does like nothing to Lanturn. And his Lanturn's going to heal leftovers. So I'm going to basically withdraw my Mega Manectric because obviously Mega Manectric cannot do shit to Lanturn. And I'm going to go to Intelligent to Porygon 2 here. Trish has Volt Absorb, which is actually not going to help, and he's going to go for a Scald instead. And I'm honestly hoping he does not burn my Porygon 2, which he does not. So, he's going to go for another Scald of Lanturn. I don't know why. He could have just switched. And he gets the burn on my Porygon 2 finally, and I do go for the Psychic. The reason why I'm for Psychic is in case switching Gengar, predicting the Tri-Attack. But sadly, he did not go into Gengar. He's going to hard switch his Lanturn out. He's going to go into his Tyranitar here, predicting a Psychic. It's going to whip up a Sandstream, obviously. And I do go for a T-Wave. I knew it was going to switch, because I figured it was going to switch into his Tyranitar, but his Tyranitar reveals to be Lumberry, and my Porygon 2 gets buffed by a Sandstorm and gets hurt by the burn, so now it's at less than full health. I'm going to keep Porygon 2 in there, basically sack it off or something, and I'm going to go for a cover, though. I kept Porygon 2 in there in case Strange would have killed, and yeah, just to get a free switch. So Porygon 2 is once again down to a pretty low health. He's going to withdraw his Tyranitar, and you go into Lanturn here, predicting another Thunder Wave as I do go for a cover. I want to stall the sand, I guess. As Lanturn gets hit by the sand, and so is my Porygon 2, and that's going to take some burn damage. And Lanturn is going to get healed with leftovers. So, yeah. Anyways, he's going to go for another Scald, because he knows that Porygon 2 cannot do much to Lanturn. I do go for a Tri-Attack here. And it does decent amount of damage. Lanturn's going to get hit by a Sandstorm. Porygon 2 is as well. And Lanturn's going to get its leftovers recovery. This is going to be a boring few turns, though, seriously. Because Dirk just loves his Lanturn. So he's going to withdraw his Lanturn. He's going to go into Gengar here, predicting the Tri-Attack. And I do go for a Recover, because Porygon 2 is at low enough health where I felt the need to. The Sandstorm goes away. Gengar is going to get withdrawn, and he's going to switch on a Lanturn, expecting a Thunder Wave here. But what he gets is a Psychic instead. So we're doing pretty good, whittling down this Lanturn to low HP. I really want this thing gone, though. This thing is going to be a really big pain in the balls here. So he's going to withdraw his Lanturn again. He's going to go right to Crit Kiss the Togekiss here. So do go for a Tri-Attack. And it does about, like, 18 to 20% to Togekiss. I'm going to hard switch Porygon 2 out. I'm going to go to Landorus T. Get the Intimidate off on the Togekiss. Not that it really matters. Expecting a Thunder Wave. He goes to Air Slash instead, and that's going to do about half. So I go for a Stone Edge, and Stone Edge is actually going to almost knock out Togekiss. Almost. And Togekiss lands a critical hit, Air Slash, and knocks out my Landorus T, so rip the dream. I'm going to send out Doritos the Volcarona, go for the Fire Dance, and knock out Togekiss. I don't want to step in case it's critical hit, Air Slash, knocks out Volcarona. And his Charizard X is also in the back, so at +1, Bug Buzz will not take out the Charizard X. Speaking of which, here comes its Charizard. He's going to go for a Mega Evolution here, as I switch on my Skarmory. I didn't really have another switch in for it. I did kind of want to keep Porygon 2 alive, or as much health as possible. He predicts the switch into Azumarill and goes to Thunder Punch, which actually works out for him, considering it hits Skarmory super effective either way. Then he goes to Flare Blitz and takes it out. I went for Whirlwind in case he decided to set up on my Skarmory, but he did not, he took it out. And I'm going to go to Porygon 2 here. I'm going to trace the Tail Claws. Obviously, it does nothing for Porygon 2. He's going to withdraw his Charizard. He's going to go to Lanturn expecting the Thunder Wave, as I do go for a Tri-Attack. I figured that's what was coming. So Porygon 2 knocks Lanturn down to yellow health, and Porygon 2 is going to suffer a burn here. My opponent's going to go for a Volt Switch. I no longer have the Volt Absorb on Porygon 2, but he's going to go into Tyranitar now, and I am going to go for a Recover with Porygon 2. So Porygon 2's health is recovered up, and we're back to square one. I'm a little nervous going for a Thunder Wave here because he could switch on that Lanturn and undo all my progress and whittling it down. He goes for a Stone Edge on Porygon 2, but I went for a T-Wave anyways. I guess, worst case scenario, he gets his health back, and I can just whittle it down some more Porygon 2's Tri-Attacks and whatnot, but yeah. Anyways, let me go for another Recover. I kind of wish I kept the Landorus T alive for this Tyranitar. He's going to go for yet another Stone Edge, and what I'm basically doing is trying to stall the sand. Not that it's really going to help, but or just make it so Porygon 2 dies to a critical hit Stone Edge. He's going to go for another Stone Edge, avoids the attack. Porygon 2 gets buffed by Sandstorm, and yeah, Porygon 2 can't really do anything to Tyranitar because one of his defensive moves is something that Tyranitar resists, and Tyranitar is immune to the other offensive move. I guess Toxic would have been useful here, wouldn't it? So he goes for a D-Dance. I'm going to switch Porygon 2 out. I'm going to go right into my Play Next Asmo, hoping that maybe a Stone Edge won't connect. He goes for a D-Dance though. So this will give me a chance to hit Superpower, and I do outspeed it still and knock out one hit with Superpower. I guess I could have went for Waterfall in case he switched into Gengar, but again, what's done is done. The Tyranitar got knocked out. So here comes a Scizor, and this is not any ordinary Scizor. This is a default Scizor with a Rocky helmet. This guy, Derf, loves to bring creative sets, as you may have seen in our previous battles. So I go into Mega Man Trick here. He goes for a Bullet Punch, expecting me to stay in with the Azumarill. But he's going to withdraw his Scizor this time and go into Lanturn to eat up a Flamethrower. And the Flamethrower does like nothing, even with a critical hit. Now, if the Lanturn got burned, I would have went for another Flamethrower to finish it off, but a burn was just not happening there. So I switched on Midnight Trick out, going Porygon 2. Maybe he'll go for a Volt Switch, expecting to switch. Trace the Volt Absorb, and goes for a Skull instead. So this guy is way too smart. The next few turns, I believe, are going to be absolutely boring for you guys. Because he's going to alternate between Lanturn and Scizor and Gengar, pretty much. So he switches out, goes into Gengar, expecting the Tri-Attack. He's right, I went for a Tri-Attack, and it obviously does nothing. He's going to go for a Focus Blast and misses, and I do go for a Recover. I could go for a T-Wave there to paralyze Gengar, but I did not want to risk him switching a Lanturn on that. So it goes for a D-Bond, and as I do believe I nail a Psychic on it. And I'm praying that I do not score a critical hit, because that would be my luck, and I did not score a critical hit. Thank goodness, because that would have been really bad. So he goes for a D-Bond. I know he's going to do that, so I'm going to go for a T-Wave here. And basically what I want to do is I want to stall him out until he gets fully paralyzed. Well, not so much stall him out, but just keep recovering until he gets fully paralyzed so the D-Bond won't work. So go for a recovery here. And he is going to go for a Dexamon. This guy is really determined to take out my Porygon 2. And Porygon 2 once again suffers a burn. Goes for Tri-Attack in case he gets fully paralyzed. The reason why I went for Tri-Attack instead of Recover is because I don't want to waste the power points of my Recover. So we keep on going for Tri-Attack. He goes for a Focus Blast and misses again. He's going to try Gengar this time. Goes into Scizor, as I do go for a Tri-Attack, I believe. No, I go for a Psychic this time, because he knew that after he was fully paralyzed, this bomb would not be in effect. So I go for a Psychic. He's going to go for a U-turn, as I am going to go for a Recover here, because I want HP back on my Porygon 2. So out goes his Scizor, in comes his Lanturn, probably expecting a T-Wave here. But yeah, no such T-Wave for him. Now, I guess I should have known better. I went for a Psychic, expecting him to switch out, but I believe I go for a Tri-Attack here. After Porygon 2 takes the burn. No, he goes to a Skull, and what do I do here? Do I go for a Tri-Attack? I do, actually. So yeah, I do go for a Tri-Attack. Bring it down to, like, low red health. But this thing, Lanturn is ridiculously bulky, and a very good wall to my Mega Man trigger. So he goes to a Skull. I'm going to obviously recover off the damage. And like I said, this is going to be a pretty boring next couple of turns. I did warn you guys. Lanturn gets healed leftovers. Porygon 2 gets hurt by Burn or Intelligent Rally. He just switches Lanturn out. He's going to go into Gengar expecting a Tri-Attack. And yes, he expected right. So Porygon 2 gets hurt by Burn again. He's going to withdraw Gengar, goes back into Scizor, expecting the Psychic. I should have went for a Tri-Attack. I will go for a cover though, actually. So Porygon 2 gets healed, recover. And out comes Scizor, or back goes the Scizor to the party after a U-turn, and he's going to go into Gengar. Now, he's playing some games with this whole Lanturn, Scizor, Gengar, Triforce thing. I mean, I try to go for a Psychic on this Gengar, he'll switch into Scizor. I try to go for T-Wave on the Scizor and switch on Lanturn. It's so annoying, though. But Derf is very crafty at using these kind of strategies, so his Lanturn's going to get healed leftovers. Intelligent's going to get burned, obviously. He's going to withdraw his Lanturn and go into Scizor this time, probably expecting like a Psychic or something. And he was right. I thought I could catch this Gengar and on the switch, but damn, Derf has adapted well to this battle. So, Scizor's going to go for a U-turn, and I don't know what I went for here. This battle actually took place, I want to say, back in August. And he goes to the Psychic. That's going to hit Lanturn pretty hard, and get special defense lower. So I'm going to go for another Psychic, I believe, in case you want to switch into Gengar. He's going to withdraw his Lanturn and go into Scizor instead, and Porygon 2 goes for the recover instead. I don't know why I'm guessing his moves wrong. Like I said, this battle took place over a month ago, so my memory on these aren't exactly solid. He goes for the Roost of his Scizor. I do go for a Tri-Attack with Porygon 2, or Intelligent rather, and he gets paralyzed. So I didn't even need to use T-Wave on Scizor to get fully paralyzed. Doesn't really matter though, because honestly, there's not much I can really do. And I'm going to Azumarill here. He's going to switch out and go into Gengar. So basically, now I'm going to go for Waterfall and knock out this Gengar, and he has nothing immune to Tri-Attack. Although Scizor does resist Tri-Attack, so it's not really going to help me that much. And out comes Lanturn. He's going to go for Voltage on my Azumarill. I did not go for Aqua Jet because I want to hit either Charizard or Scizor on the switch, and I do go for the Waterfall here. And that's going to show that he has a Rocky Helmet on the Scizor. Yeah, he's wearing a Rocky Helmet Scizor, guys. So he's going to go for a Bullet Punch on my Azumarill. It's knocked down 39 HP. He's going to go for the Waterfall, knocking it out. And Scizor is done. So now it's Charizard X and Lanturn left, both of which would die to Landorus T. But of course, I don't have Landorus T a lot. His Lanturn goes to the Volt Switch, knocking out my Azumarill. Out comes his Charizard X. And I'm going to send out my Intelligent to Porygon 2. Not even going to bother to go for Tri-Attack here. So he traces Tough Claws. And he's going to switch out and go into Lanturn, which is going to take a Tri-Attack and Faint. So now Lanturn's down. All he has left is the Charizard X. After my Porygon 2 suffers a burn, here comes Charizard. And he's going to Flare Blitz my Porygon 2 to Oblivion. Porygon 2 is going to survive 2 HP. Go for a T-Wave. I went for T-Wave in case I went for D-Dance. So, Porygon 2 is going to faint. And I believe I either send out 1000 Watts or Doritos. I'm going to send out Doritos here and let Volcarona take the triumphant kill on the Charizard X and seal the win for me. So it was a very interesting battle that I had against Derf. And Derf is once again one of those players that loves to bring creativity, loves to use stuff specifically to wall my ones out, like the Lanturn, walling my Mega Man Etrico. He loves to run Rocky Helmet default Scizor to surprise the opponent, and he loves his critical hit Togekiss. But either way, it was a great game. I do wish I caught in some of his switches early on, or earlier on, but it is what it is. I still managed to pick up the win, and Derf, well, really took me to the limit in this match. But yeah, good game, Derf. Thank you so much for the battle, dude. I really do appreciate it. And guys, leave a like, comment, subscribe, want to see more fantastic Wi-Fi battle action. And I will catch you on the flip side. And remember, stay salty, Rage Quitters. Stay salty. Woo woo!